So in this video, I'll share with you how smart people are investing their money. Different people spend their money differently, and our spending habits have consequences. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 4 main buckets where smart people like you and I should invest and allocate their hard-earned income to secure a better financial future. Remember to fill up these buckets concurrently. Try not to prioritize one bucket over the other because each bucket is an important pillar of your financial well-being. Bucket number 1, save enough cash to be able to live for a year if anything goes wrong. Estimate your minimal monthly living cost and put money into a cash account every month until you have 12 months worth of expenses. This should come out to something between $10,000 to $20,000 depending on where you live. Ever wondered what does having financial freedom means? This mythical concept is the ultimate dream of many working professionals, but when asked to elaborate further, few of them are able to explain precisely what it is that they truly desire. For many, having this emergency fund is what allows them to be financially free. Having this emergency survival fund gives you tremendous freedom and relieves the money stress many individuals are facing while being stuck to their jobs. Having this kind of buffer opens up opportunities in your life because it allows you to take certain risks. A good recommended allocation percentage will be at least 10% of your annual income. Bucket number 2, invest in yourself. This can be books, courses, seminars, retreats, trainings, coaches, trainers, or even classes. Everything that you pay for that makes you smarter and more skilled is something that has a positive ROI for life. Peers of Warren Buffett have commented on how surprised they are on the amount of books that Buffett reads on a daily basis. When Warren Buffett was asked to share his greatest investing advice, this is what he said. There's one investment that supersedes all others. Invest in yourself. Nobody can take away what you have got in yourself, and everybody has potential they haven't used yet. If you can increase your potential by 10, 20 or 30% by enhancing your talents, this can't be taxed away. Inflation can't take it away from you. You have it for the rest of your life. You need to learn valuable skills to be financially literate or to be a valuable member of your team at work. Allocate around 5 to 10% of your income into this important investment. Bucket number 3, invest in life. Have fun, travel the world, go to the movies, invite a friend, eat lobster, give a homeless person $20, buy a trombone, split a meal, take a cab, play laser tag, go to a concert, get the most expensive coffee, whatever floats your boat. Not all of the things you spend money on have to make sense. Experiences have a funny way of working out, but ultimately they almost always lead to more happiness. So whatever you spend your fun money on, that's an adventure that will pay for itself 10 times over. Allocate around 5% of your income to your life bucket. But remember, David Allen, the world-leading time management and productivity consultant, once said, "You can do anything but not everything." Because I hate to break it to you, rich people don't become rich by spending money. They acquire their wealth by doing 3 activities: saving, earning in the context of a business or job, and investing. So you need to decide what is more important to you and more worth spending your money on. Ultimately, smart people spend money in a way that aligns with their ultimate goal in life. They make smart, informed decisions for their own benefit. They don't succumb to peer pressure or capitalistic sales tactics. They spend their money consciously. If what you most desire is financial freedom, or you don't want to depend on anyone or anything in the long run, you need to align how you spend your money with this goal. I'm not asking you to live like a poor beggar. I'm suggesting that you need to spend your money more consciously. Decide for yourself what is worth spending your hard-earned money on. If you are a foodaholic and live for food, then by all means eat whatever you desire, as long as you don't neglect the other buckets. Then for the other stuff that doesn't matter to you, don't waste a single cent on it. Maybe it's clothes, cars, shoes, electric gadgets and entertainment devices, status symbols like watches or expensive brands, clubbing, drinking or smoking. So the next important piece of the puzzle is bucket number 4. Invest in financial assets. It can be stocks, bonds, startups, options, commodities, currencies, real estate, royalties, cars, antiques, whatever you know well enough to know if it's going up in value. put money into it. Bank accounts only work for safety. Interest is useless in most places because it can't even keep up with inflation. When it comes to investment, when you're young, it makes more sense to invest in riskier things with a higher potential reward because you still have time to weather through an economic downturn. A good rule of thumb is to have your age as a percentage in safer investments like bonds and the rest of it in riskier investments like stocks, because then your investments will get safer the older you get. Investing in financial assets comes last, because if you don't have the previous areas sorted out, it is tough to invest any significant amount on financial assets. If you don't even have a little bit of buffer, your emergency fund, you will not be able to hold on to your investments and weather through the storms during an economic downturn. You won't be able to hold on to your investments for sufficient amount of time to leverage on compounding. This is because you'll be forced to cash out on your investments to use them as your emergency fund instead. And that is when you will really lose money on your investments before that was just paper loss. This is why your emergency fund is the foundation of your investment portfolio, and many investors make the mistake of skipping this crucial step. Allocate around 10% of your income into your investment bucket. So the million-dollar question is, what is the optimal investment strategy for your specific financial goals? Do you want to find out? So here is some great news. I've set aside some time in my office to personally review your current investment strategy and process and design a fully customized dynamic asset allocation plan for you, free. This is a genuine free offer and there are no strings attached. In fact, it's even better than you realize. Not only do we design the whole asset allocation plan for you, we also create a detailed investing blueprint of exactly how it works and give you that as well. You will have a step-by-step investing strategy so you can deploy it immediately. This way, you can start investing confidently and grow your capital regardless of market trends and conditions without spending 8 hours a day to monitor stock prices like it is your second full-time job. If this sounds interesting to you, here's how we'll do it. There are 2 things we do on our strategy session together. First, we shut up and listen to you. We find out exactly what your challenges are, what your financial goals are, and what you want to accomplish. And then we design a custom asset allocation strategy to get you there. We do this by reviewing your current investments, analyzing your current assets and portfolios, and mapping out market projections of suitable investment instruments. We use everything we have learned about you to design a custom asset allocation plan specific to your financial goals based on our trademark wealth management formula, the Financial Fortress we initially reserved only for our high net worth clients. More about our trademark wealth framework in a minute. But first, basically, we are getting a snapshot of where you are and where you want to be. Next, we start to build the plan to get you there. And that's where the blueprint process comes in. I'll give you a complete custom investment blueprint showing exactly how your new asset allocation plan works. We'll prescribe a unique investing process and map it out for you based on your current investment portfolio and goals. There's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all asset allocation strategy, and anyone who tells you otherwise is delusional. That's why we create a custom blueprint based on your specific needs and goals. Many financial consultants out there have their own way of crafting asset allocation plans. Some use a copy and paste template, some use a formula taught in some old outdated textbook. But this is an important step as part of your overall investment strategy that unfortunately many novice investors overlook. If done right, this is the leading domino that sets your investments in place that pulls you closer towards your financial goals and dreams, like a homing missile locked onto a target. If done wrong, it becomes a leaky bucket with holes at the bottom, quietly siphoning your hard-earned money into the wrong hands. This is why every single blueprint we build is unique and different, and the reason we build them like this is because we understand that your needs are unique and different. It is important to build a campaign that is customized and specific to the exact functions and needs of every client individually. And that is why we set aside some time to do for you for free. So you are probably wondering, why are we doing this? In the interest of full and complete transparency, this is how we get clients. It's simple. We know that a certain percentage of people we do this for will want us to build and grow their investment assets for them. But rather than try to convince you of how great that will be, we figured that we would just demonstrate that we can help you by actually helping you for free and let the value of the experience do the selling for us. But rest assured that even though this is a free service, you will still receive an exclusive insider investing plan tailored for you based on our trademarked wealth accumulation framework. And we are simply absorbing the cost to provide this valuable strategy session to genuinely help you out of goodwill. And there is absolutely no pressure and no obligation to become a client. In fact, I believe that once we do this for you, one of these three things will happen. The first possibility is you think that the blueprint is no good and that I have wasted your time. This has literally never happened. But in the event you feel your time was wasted, I'll immediately send you $100 as compensation for the hour or so we spent together. The second possibility is you love the investment blueprint. You immediately see the power and potential it has for your financial life and you decide you want to build the system yourself. If that's the case, great. I'm happy that we could help you and I wish you the best of luck. The third possibility is you love the blueprint so much and you want my office to actually build out the entire system for you. If that's the case, we will get to work immediately. And here is what happens when we decide to work together. We get started on implementing your personalized investment blueprint. We make sure that we maximize the power of every single dollar in your portfolio and find the right balance for you between maximizing returns and protecting your capital. This will be done as part of our prestigious Virtus Wealth Coaching Program. This coaching program has 4 main modules. Module 1, Diagnostic Evaluation and Assessment. Here, we take a deep dive into your current psychology and mindset around money and your financial habits. We map out a simulated projection of your current game plan and let you take a sneak peek into the future. We'll be able to tell you, so if you continue doing whatever you're doing right now, 30 years later you will only have X amount in cash and Y amount in assets. Would you be able to retire based on these numbers? Are you satisfied with these numbers? This is to give you a realistic outlook of your own life so that we can build an accurate, better plan to conquer your financial goals and dreams in the later modules. You see, I personally know of many 6-figure income earners who are still poor. Even though they're earning a lot of money, they spend a lot of money too. So they are still living paycheck to paycheck. They are stuck in their jobs and are unable to truly experience financial freedom. This module is to make sure that you are way ahead of the pack and learn the mindset of the top 5%. Module 2, the Financial Launchpad. This is where you'll finally become an insider about how wealth works. This is a Mythbusters section where we tackle the common misconceptions and misunderstandings 95% of us have about money and wealth. This is how the rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer. You will also discover the common mistakes and pitfalls many individuals make that stopped them from becoming rich. Lastly, we'll review our trademarked wealth building formula, the Financial Fortress. This formula is created by our founder and alone is responsible for millions of dollars in our clients' portfolios. This is where you'll learn the wealth secrets of the top 5%. This is wealth accumulation on steroids. Module 3, Building Your Financial Fortress. This is where we will build a robust and strong portfolio to achieve and protect your financial goals. With this intense upgrade of financial knowledge, it can be easy to feel overwhelmed. In this module, we will guide you step by step. In fact, we will even implement our Financial Fortress formula for you. And then some people may wonder, then why don't you just do this in the first place without teaching me anything? We believe in financial ownership and responsibility. And we found out by working with our clients that if you know the magic behind our wealth management strategy, you are more likely to let us do our job and grow your assets for you. Module 4, Milestone Crushing, Optimization and Acceleration. This is the ongoing growing of your portfolio. We'll do the heavy lifting and just keep you updated periodically. If you wish, we'll teach you the ropes and coach you along if you are the more proactive type who wants to learn how to manage your own portfolio in the future. We make sure that we achieve your financial milestones and goals because sometimes your priorities can change as your life circumstances change. Maybe you want to raise capital to build a side business, or you want to send your children overseas for education. We will adjust and pivot your portfolio accordingly. This is where your dynamic asset allocation strategy will really shine. Our priority is to make your life easy and fulfill your life dreams and goals, whatever they are. Anyway, as you can imagine, in this current volatile economic climate, there is a huge demand for this type of premium service and financial freedom assurance, and my team and I will hit our capacity very quickly. However, this is not what you might be thinking. If you are skeptical and you are wondering if this is some kind of sales pitch in disguise, that is understandable. The good news is it's not. In fact, it's quite the opposite. This is a genuine free service. The plan is to wow you and give you a snapshot of the amazing experience you will have when you join our wealth coaching program. Like I said, if at the end of our session, after we build your custom investment blueprint, you tell me that we wasted your time, I will pay you $100 immediately as compensation, no strings attached. The catch we have been looking for, there are actually two. First, we are unable to extend this offer to just anybody. In order for my team to do this free but valuable work for you, you need to meet some strict but reasonable criteria. Here it is. Number one, you must be willing to invest. I know I am stating the obvious, but you will be surprised how many people I have met that are not actually willing to invest. Number two, you must have capital to invest. Either at least $5,000 lump sum or at least $300 per month of capital for ongoing investments, because you actually need to have capital available. Otherwise, there's no point in building your dynamic asset allocation plan. That's it. As long as you are legitimate and motivated to achieve your financial goals, I'll be delighted to help you for free. And if you get value out of the help I provide and want to become a client, that's great. The second is this is very time sensitive for a reason. We are a small company by design and can only offer a handful of these free blueprinting sessions each month. They are all granted on a first come first served basis. So if you can see how your personal tailor-made asset allocation plan will help you achieve your financial goals, book a blueprint session with us ASAP. We have set aside some time to design a fully customized investment campaign for you using the exact methods I described in this video. If that sounds like something that could help you, here's what to do next. The way it works is simple. To schedule a custom investment blueprint session with my office, we'll need to collect a $50 real person deposit. Don't worry, I'm not in it for your deposit. In fact, it is refundable under every circumstances known to man. If you simply ask for it at any point in time, you will get it back. And I will also automatically refund you your full deposit at the end of our session together. I'm just collecting it as a filter to keep time wasters at bay, and I will automatically refund your full deposit at the end of our session together or any time else when you ask for it. This is because it takes a lot of work to architect the whole blueprint for somebody. It is a full-fledged investment blueprint that will show you how to grow your assets so you can achieve your financial goals. And like I mentioned, if you think we have wasted your time, I'll give you double the deposit back. I do want your $50. I think you get the point. Anyway, here is what happens after that. You'll be taken to a quick little questionnaire that helps us get prepared to help you when we talk. Don't worry, it's nothing intrusive or complex. It takes about 30 seconds to fill out. Just a little bit of info on your current investments or how you want your investments to work. This information helps us start working on ideas before we talk, so that as soon as we meet, we can hit the ground running and make progress immediately. Then we schedule a time to go over your asset allocation plan and create your investment blueprint for free. My office will call you and get you scheduled as soon as possible, typically no more than a day or two from when we first hear from you. Don't worry, you are not going to hear from telemarketers or slick salespeople or anything like that. Our entire focus is to give you the best custom dynamic asset allocation plan possible for free and let the experience speak for itself. And after we talk, one of these three things will happen. The first possibility is you love the blueprint and your dynamic asset allocation plan, and you will immediately see the power and potential it has for your financial goals, and you decide that you want to implement it yourself. The next possibility is you love the blueprint and you want us to build your investment campaign for you and implement everything in your blueprint. If that's the case, we will get started immediately. The third scenario has never actually happened. That's where you will tell us we wasted your time and your blueprint was not helpful at all. If that happens, we will immediately give you double your deposit back right there on the spot. So clearly, you have nothing to lose by having us create your dynamic asset allocation plan and customized investment blueprint for you. Like I mentioned earlier, this is time sensitive and granted at a first come first serve basis. We are very proud of this free service and we are confident that you will find this special blueprint session very insightful and valuable for your financial growth. So go ahead and click the link below to get started now. I look forward to seeing you in person.